Oof. Okay. So, I literally just got a comment the other day on one of my videos about, oh, your room is so beautiful, it's so calm. It's not beautiful and it's not calm right now. And today what we're going to be doing is prepping for NaNoWRIMO. Yeah, you have a lot to say, don't you? We're going to be prepping for NaNoWRIMO, but I really can't do that if things are looking crazy. I've got 3 loads of laundry to do. I've got kids' clothes here to fold. I've got kids' clothes there to fold. I've got a baby that needs to be entertained. I have a toddler that thankfully is being entertained right now. So we're just going to kind of get the place under control a little bit because I'm not going to be able to focus and prep in this space. So we'll talk more about my project after I get this under control. Alright, so this is much better. Before that wasn't going to work for me, but now we've got a clean space and we can get to doing some Preptober work. So I only got done with the setup scene cards, and then it died, and I decided to take a bath and do some reading because I'm trying to get Far From the Madding Crowd and then Shirley done by the end of, not the end of October. I have other books that I want to read for like Halloween, so I'm trying to get those done in time, get them out of the way. But I guess for now I'm just going to keep going. Try to get some more work done tonight. I made a casserole for dinner, so I have a whole kitchen to clean and, you know, kids to get to bed, but I don't work tomorrow, so there's no reason that I can't just keep going. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Okay, so at this point we'll just talk kind of a little bit about what I'm actually doing. So my project for NaNoWRIMO, I'm calling an LGBT plus historical romance. It's called Project Washington, and it takes place in 1881, Washington, D.C., largely. And basically it follows a young woman who refuses a marriage proposal from a man, and because of that she's forced to leave her sister's house, but she does get a chance to move to Washington, D.C., where she cares for her ailing brother and his young family. And that's where she meets this woman who is, you know, her sister-in-law's, you know, distant cousin who has also come to help them. And obviously in 1881, this is sort of a difficult situation to navigate and to kind of deal with societal reactions and pressures and things of that nature. So I'm very, very, very excited. This is my NaNoWRIMO spread that I am making for the month to keep track of my words and my scenes. I took this quote that you'll see on the bottom from the Heart Breathings page. I think that she has a printable of this maybe, but I wanted to adapt it sort of for my own spread. So it just says, give yourself permission to suck. And she talks about that whenever she talks about kind of turning off your inner editor while you're writing, and that is something that I really need to learn to do, or else I am never ever going to reach my goal of 50,000 words or beyond. I am probably one of the worst self-editors kind of as I go, and that's really what has held me back from reaching my goals before. So I'm taking this quote to heart, and I'm using it all month long. What I'm making right now are my boxes for my total word count log, I guess. So as I reach certain milestones, I believe I split it up by every 4,000 words. I will go ahead and color in a box. And I think that'll just end up being really nice. What I'm doing over here is setting my daily word count goal. You'll see some days are longer, some are shorter, and some are the shortest. Basically why this is because I work in supply chain logistics, and the beginning of November starts our peak season. So instead of working 3 12-hour shifts, I go to 5 11-hour shifts for the week. And some of those days my fiance is at home because those are his days off, and then some of those days he also works since I'm picking up 2 additional days. So, you know, some days I will be off so I can write the most words, and then some days I will leave work and be able to come straight home, and then other days I will have to leave work, go get my daughter from the babysitter, and then come home and try to get words in that way. So I have different numbers for every day. I didn't really take into account the fact that I have my violin lessons on one of those nights, so I probably should have made that a short day as well, but that's not a big deal. We're just going to go with it. So what I'm doing over on the left side is breaking up my scenes by act so that I can check them off as I write them. And the ones that are highlighted in green are the Save the Cat beat sheet single scene beats that I'm just kind of putting out there special. The rest of them, I just wrote scene over and over again because they're just numbered. They aren't like a specific beat that has a name. I probably could have figured out a smarter way to do this because my hand cramped so bad while I was doing that. Because I have issues with like nerves in my arm, so if I write too much, my entire arm kind of loses strength and goes numb. Should probably figure that out. But for right now, this was probably just not a great idea. But I went ahead and just wrote scene over and over again, and then I numbered them. You'll see that I had to add one there in Act 1 because I only went up to scene 13 when I meant to go up to scene 14, but I got it added in, and it's not a big deal. After this, you'll see me pop up top, and we are just going to add our little milestones for our total word log. I took these by 4,000 words, just kind of arbitrary, but I like the way that it looked in there. That actually would take me up to 60,000 if I fill them all in, which would be great, but I'm not really putting pressure on myself, like I said. Screwed up there just a little bit. You can see I wrote 54 instead of 56, but yeah, this is the final product, and I will obviously show you guys as I fill this in. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.